I want to dedicate this next joke to my boo, Scarlett Johansson. Gosh, she's so genuinely worried. Hey, boo. Y'all know Scarlett just celebrated her 40th birthday, which means I'm about to get up out of there.
What?
Shiz.
I think there's a little more.
Oh, there's more. Nah, I'm just playing. We just had a kid together, and y'all ain't seen no pictures of him yet, because he black as hell. Shiz, I ain't afraid of you mofos.
Oh, shit.
I ain't afraid of you.
Oh, leave Scarlett Johansson alone. Oh, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was brutal.
I mean, that I get that Michael Che and Colin Jost need to blast each other at the holidays, but man, getting ScarJo involved, that's a bridge too far. That's a bridge too far.
You're fucking with America's sweetheart there. Damn it.
Yeah, we don't need any fuckery right away. That'll come later, but not right now.
Yeah. So you're in Sacramento.
That's right, for another TV Tam podcast with me, Tommy Milagro.
And me, Bill Frost, and Tommy Milagro is celebrating his birth month. Just all over the damn place. A tour. It's a birthday tour, really.
That's right, a birthday tour of Cali. That's how we do it here in the Sac Down, where they get their Mac down. Something, I don't know.
Yeah. Now, of course, I over here on this side am drinking this week's sponsor, Ogden's Own Distillery, a little Madame Patarini gin, a little tonic, and it all goes down nicely.
Oh, it is just a smooth drink from our fine sponsor here, whereas I don't have access to our sponsor, and it's so hard to get anything on a Sunday. Oh, wait, no, it's not, because people treat other adults in California like fucking adults.
Yeah.
And that is why, if you're able to screen shot this,
maybe.
So I got a little Trader Joe's Tennessee Sour Mash Bourbon Whiskey, and it is. And here's the thing for people in Utah: Trader Joe's, they can actually serve alcohol. I know.
Now, is that a Trader Joe's brand?
That is a Trader Joe's brand. They also have some. Yeah, they also have like other Trader Joe's things like Trader Joe's Vodka of the Gods, Trader Joe's.
I didn't.
I mean, and the prices are pretty reasonable. And this, not too shabby, even though I've got it mixed up with the Diet Coke because, gotta watch my health.
Yeah, there's a Trader Joe's about 4 blocks from the studio here, and I'm pretty sure you can't get that there.
Nope. No, you cannot, because you are children. That is how Utah refers to you, as children. So,
and I don't know how the locals feel about food being sold in a place that used to be a grease pit, Pep Boys.
I don't know how that works either, but
Sounds like there should be an investigative report on that.
There should be, but there won't be. Let's just not lie. We know how Utah works.
All right, and this is I want to remind everyone, if you haven't seen the show socials, the every episode of TV Tan podcast, going back all the way back to 0001 in 2013, is now available on all the streams.
Yep, and you get to witness all of the magic, all of the genius that 517 episodes produce, And
Yeah, you know what I found during my re-uploading process?
what
Because
did,
we used to have a podcast host that would only let you allow so many episodes. So as soon as we hit that limit, start trimming from the bottom up. So we lost a lot of episodes, but now they've changed their policy, and now it's like, yeah, upload as much as you want, and we'll eventually go out of business someday. But
okay.
they're owned by iHeartMedia, so I think they'll be okay. But
Uh,
what I found was Melissa Merlot has been on a lot.
like how many times,
I,
out of
I lost
curiosity?
count, but she's been
Okay.
on a lot. Her and Dr. White have been on a lot.
Okay.
Also Rebecca Frost has been on a lot, and we had a few one-timer guests here and there.
Hmm.
If you remember Shaylee,
Oh yeah.
she was on several times, more than I remembered.
Well, because she was our Game of Thrones correspondent at the
True,
time.
yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, she was on a lot, and
Yep.
who knows where she is now? But she,
Last time I checked on the IGs, now she was a biker influencer, and now she has a kid. So
we're talking cyclist here. We're not.
yeah. Oh,
We're
sorry,
talking mountain
cyclist.
biking. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's not.
cyclist
She's not.
influencer.
She didn't join a gang. She's just a mountain biker.
Wouldn't that be funny if she did join
Well, maybe she
biker
did.
MC?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, biker babes MC. Kurt Sutter, make it happen.
Yep. So, yeah, a lot of damn episodes, and you can go hear them all. We took last week off because you were in transit to
Yeah.
California, and
Yeah.
also we didn't get a TV10 weekender last week because I forgot what day it was.
You mean the genius juice really took you that far? Is that
Well,
what happens when I'm not around?
not having a jorb and it being
Ah,
the holidays and all my regular TV shows are not on when they're supposed to be, it's just like, oh, I don't know what day it is anymore.
I kind of feel like we should get some Sarah McLachlan music going, and where I say, "Won't you please help a fellow journalist find a home?"
Yeah, I have seen in the half-hearted job hunt, I have seen several ways, several ways to make your email newsletter,
Hmm.
to make you $1 million, several ways to make your podcast, make $1 million,
Yeah.
and they all start with the first thing is like, first of all, get 1 million subscribers.
Okay. So in other words, we're boned.
Yeah, then the next step is buy uh, uh, my $500 instructional on
Okay.
how to do this.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. And nothing in here says scam.
no, and
Nothing in here says, "Hey, how desperate are you?"
yeah,
No.
and
This is legit.
if you accidentally click on anything, you will get emailed for life from these
Of course.
motherfuckers. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're saying is, we're not desperate, but if you wish to, again, we should hit the Sarah McLachlan music.
We don't have
Only
the
you.
rights.
Yeah. Well, either way, if only,
Remember you.
and if it
I
takes only
will
so much
remember
for you, that's right,
you.
you, the listener, to support
Oh.
a great podcast like the TV10 podcast with your donation of $100, you can help fund our dreams to its ultimate fruition, where we're better than Joe Rogan.
Yeah, this sounds like a perfect mission statement. Anyway, getting back to the TVs,
Mm,
I did finish the Sticky on Prime Video with a beloved character actor Margot Martindale, the true story of the Maple Heist
okay.
in French Canada. So there's a lot of going back and forth between French and English going on there.
Correction, French Canada, our second home.
Yeah,
So,
so
because,
our eventual second home, yeah.
yeah.
And also in there is a Chris Diamantopoulos. You know him from what was it, Silicon Valley, and
Oh, okay.
various other things. And it's a very they never really address it, but it's very funny because he likes to dress up in all this designer shit. But the thing is none of it's designed for winter, so he's always bitching about how cold it is. And he's wearing this tiny jacket. It's like, come on, man. But yeah, it's a very quick watch. It's only 8 episodes, and each of the episodes are barely half an hour long.
Okay.
So it barrels along. It's based on a true story of a big maple syrup heist.
Hmm.
See, you don't heist the sap. You heist the syrup once it's you gotta know the whole process after you tap the tree. I
Exactly.
learned a lot about tapping trees.
Okay, there's our title right there, Tapping Trees.
Sure,
All right,
yeah,
let me. I'll just get a list here as I'm typing it out on the iPad.
but
Um,
yeah, it's worth a watch.
Now, here's my question, because this was like a series of episodes. Is it better to binge the whole thing or just
I
kind of
think
take
so.
it? Okay.
I think so because it goes really quick.
Okay.
I was done with it before I even knew it. It was like, oh,
Mm.
it's over now. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like how I feel about Day of the Jackal that just ended, and yeah, you kind of have to take the whole thing as an entire binge,
Mm-hmm.
which you probably have this in your news. They've been renewed for a second season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
you didn't know that?
I think might have seen something about that, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
okay, cool. That
Yeah.
means I've got to go check this show out. I have not yet. That's on Peacock. I did finish the Hysteria with the Bruce Campbell and Anna Camp. It's set in the around 1989 at the height of the Satanic Panic
Mhm.
and people losing their shit in this high school band called Death Crunch, I think the name was.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and they decide to cash in on the Satanic Panic. Like, hey, we're going to be a satanic metal band now, and
Like you do.
it's pretty funny. Bruce Campbell playing it extremely straight, which
And
is
that's
weird.
very rare for him to
Yeah,
do.
really weird, but it's worth checking out. It's got some good metal in it too. So
Mm.
you should check that out.
What kind of metal bands feature into this? Because soundtrack is important here.
Oh man, I can't remember any off the top of my head, but
That's
there were some good ones though.
all right.
I'd have to look
Uh,
it up.
all
Let
right.
me.
Well, if
Why
we
don't
have
you
time, yeah.
vamp for a second here while I look up?
So yeah, and I would also say if you're going to get ready to watch anything else, I would definitely say Landman is really finding its stride. Is that something you've watched of yet, or
Oh yeah,
not quite?
I'm all up on my landman.
Yeah, and again, just some bon mots like, well, our first divorce was so much fun. We thought we'd give it another try again. Like Billy
So
Bob is
here are the
just Al Bundy with
Billy.
a southern accent.
Well, it's like every conversation on the phone between him and John Hamm is like, Monty, it's going to cost you. Like, God damn it, Tommy,
I
I
mean,
ain't
that
made
could
of
have,
money. Oh, you
yeah.
could have fucking fooled me.
I, I, I mean, that could be our conversations right there. Look, Bill, I got to tell you, this is going to cost us a lot of money here to run this podcast. I need some people. I need some headphones. I need some mics. I need all this production going on if we want to get out to our million followers right there.
God damn it, you think I'm made of money?
Well, yeah, I mean, look at you. You are Bill Frost. You are TV royalty in this place. God damn it. What am I supposed to do about it?
Okay, here's some of the songs, the metal songs. There's also some non-metal songs featured in Hysteria. Of
Mm.
course, we got the band Death Crunch cover doing a pretty credible cover of a Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden,
Ooh, okay.
and we got Shout at the Devil in here.
Naturally.
The Cowboy song by Thin Lizzy seems kind of weird. Psycho Killer by Talking Heads. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
We here's a dark horse candidate. Hanging Tough by the New Kids on the Block is also featured because it's 1989.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But at the same time, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
it's not all metal. They're trying to be all inclusive for the late 80s. They're Bad Medicine by Bon Jovi. We got Poison by Alice Cooper, of course.
Yeah, that's
Police Truck. This is one of my favorite scenes. Police Truck by the Dead Kennedys.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's punk, but at the same time, kind of feels like it would fit.
Yeah, also a deep cut from the early 80s from Judas Priest, Devil's Child. And this was a very really good needle drop on this one, but they didn't play it for long enough. This Corrosion by the Sisters of Mercy.
Wow.
And
Okay.
of course the kicker, Motorhead. You got to have Motorhead in here.
Yeah.
And this is another deep cut called "God Was Never on Your Side."
Oh, Lemmy, you very sardonic bastard.
Yeah, so yeah, getting back to Landman in the most recent episode, Ali Larder, uh, just right to the edge of being a cartoon character. Ali Larder's character,
Yeah.
Angela, but they go hang out at a retirement home and they bring booze. And I swear to God, Taylor Sheridan must have some sort of sponsorship deal with Tito's
Hmm.
because damn near every one of these shows. Oh, there's Tito's again.
Tito's and Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, I saw Modelo in this one though,
Oh, you did?
shaking it
Okay.
up a little bit. Yeah.
Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it out loud,
They're all owned by the same company.
yeah, that's what I was gonna lead with. So thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. But wow. Okay. So yeah, and honestly, it's just it has not been a false note. The entire episodes that have been shown thus far, and anybody that goes, oh, I mean, being an oil man has got to be a cush thing. Nope. No, not even close. Just
they're up
get that out of
they're
your
up
fucking head.
they're up before dawn.
Hmm.
They're working around the clock.
Oh,
No wonder
like
that gig pays so well.
like what is it? They said in
I,
one of the episodes,
I
like 180 a year. Like
some at least, yeah. It's a good paying gig if it doesn't kill you.
literally, if not figuratively. And
Yeah.
also, god damn it, why did they get rid of the people like Michael Pena and Emilio Rivera? Oh right, they would just eat into the.
Spoiler.
Oh yeah, sorry,
they were
sorry.
they were they were gone in the first episode.
Without even fare thee well.
But
Fuck
it's
me.
in the in the Taylor Sheridan universe, we didn't get to talk about the Yellowstone finale, which is all
Oh.
kinds of batshit crazy, and
Oh.
oh man, just we knew what was coming to Jamie. We just didn't think it would be like that,
Hmm.
and it just sent him down to the train station.
And now it's gonna run on just like normal. And oh, Kevin Costner,
Okay,
who's that?
I
What?
don't, yeah, I don't want to say, what exactly happened to Jamie. I'm just saying because I know there's some people who have not seen the finale yet. So I'm just telling you, Jamie gets what's coming
Spoiler.
to him, whether it's you think it's what you think it is or not. I'm not saying.
Just go with whatever sounds about right to you.
Yeah, it took him long enough to bury Kevin Costner's character, though. Jesus Christ, it's like, we, how long did that take?
But at the same time, is he really buried, or is this gonna be a who shot Jr. kind of moment here?
Oh, I think he's done for.
I want to believe you. I truly want to believe you, but depending on how well his Horizons movies are gonna do,
So
I
far, not well.
yeah, that's why I'm saying we're gonna be getting a who shot Jr. moment any day now. I'm telling you, I'm gonna call it right here.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna be next year, but it will happen.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, there's actually some new stuff on the TV this week. I didn't really prepare a list because the morning zoo is off for the rest of the year, so I'm not
Okay.
doing the radio thing. But
Okay.
let me see here. Gladiator 2 arrives on video on demand on Tuesday, the 24th. So you
Oh,
can watch
okay.
that on Christmas Eve, or you can watch this Y2K comedy. This is
Okay. Yeah, I was hearing some things from the Y2K comedy. It's like from A24, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's directed and written by Kyle Mooney from Saturday Night Live. So there
Okay.
could be good. And we got
We hope.
on Christmas Day itself, we got a Call the Midwife, the usual holiday special on PBS. Who knows if a local PBS
Okay.
will actually put it on? They don't seem to follow the PBS proper schedule. Also, we got a Doctor Who special, uh,
Yeah, I did
Joy
see
to the
that. I
World
was going to
on
ask about that.
Disney Plus. That's dropping on Christmas Day. And the day after Christmas, season 2 finally. I don't know how long, it's a couple of years now. Squid Game season 2
Hmm.
on the Netflix.
Because Christmas.
Yeah, and that's about damn it. It's a good thing I'm not going on the morning zoo because I would really have nothing to talk about. Real, here.
I mean, we could expand on some important topics like life, the universe, and pro wrestling, but honestly, it's either that or you talk to your family. Who wants to do that?
Yeah, and I had it here for a moment. Oh, the New York Post
Oh God.
has their list of the best shows of 2024. Of course, one of them being Fallout. I agree
Mm,
on that one.
okay.
That's on my list as well. And they also list A Man on the Inside, My Lady Jane, which was canceled almost immediately. For some reason, Matlock is in here. I guess maybe I'm going to have to check out Matlock because I'm hearing that from a lot of people. It says,
Hmm.
it's better than you think it is. It's
My
like,
my
well, it's
dad had. Oh, sorry. Go on.
dad likes it.
Yeah, Dad really enjoyed that. He was like, "Yeah, I really got into that show, Tom." And it's kind of funny how it kind of winks at the old Andy Griffith show.
Yeah, yeah, there is that. Yeah. Also on this list are English Teacher. I agree there. The
Hmm.
Penguin, of course. Shogun, of course. And I'm trying to find a any weird. Why are they here? Oh, The Gentleman, Guy Ritchie's TV show for Netflix.
Yeah, did you ever
Eh,
binge that?
eh, eh. That's all I got to say. Eh.
I will say this because it was a good attempt by Guy Ritchie to do a TV series, and obviously Netflix gave him a lot more leeway given Guy Ritchie's colorful language.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: it needs Matthew McConaughey. I never thought I'd say these words,
True.
but
True.
you need a little bit of Matthew McConaughey. And just
Okay.
to
Now
have
here
him
here.
say Bonton.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we got?
Yeah. Here's the worst from the New York Post.
Oh, I
The
can't
worst
wait for
shows.
this.
Uh, they put The Bear right up at the top. They don't think this season 3 was all that great. They
Okay,
uh, they called it a slog.
okay. So here's what I'm gonna say, and I'm being very sincere when I say the following: the New York Post is a fucking rag. And oh, you're laughing. You didn't say I was wrong. I mean,
No.
if you had your choice between toilet paper and the New York Post, I
Yeah.
would choose the New York Post
Yeah.
because
I'm just
that
I'm
seems appropriate.
I'm going with the New York Post here for the best and worst because that was the very first ones that came up in my search. And but I'm not going to point out all of the typos in this article. So
Oh, please do. Please do. I
also in
mean,
here are Mr. Beast's Beast Games, which I guess is on Prime Video.
yeah.
I,
Let's
I
the
guess
less said the better.
I don't know what it. They put Landman in here, which no, I don't agree with that.
Fuck you.
They do have a point that all the female characters are almost cartoon characters, but still, it
Yeah,
does not.
and
Yeah.
yeah, let me do a quick aside on that. Even Billy Bob Thornton addressed that, especially as it related to Ali Lauder and characterization, and he went, "Yeah, there's women that are like that in Texas, so this is pretty accurate. God damn it! What?
All
Why
right,
are you
Billy.
even making this a big
Yeah.
deal?"
They
So there
also
you go.
put in here Cruel Intentions, the TV series, which came and went very quickly.
Okay, I'm surprised they paid attention to it. So
Yeah, and Travis Kelsey's "Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity," which
well.
never saw it.
Look, even a blind pig finds a truffle. So fine, New York Post.
And I do have he doesn't list any TV shows because that would be beneath him to actually watch TV, but he watched films, which reminds me I'm going to be working on a Sundance article for City Weekly, which is something I have not done for well over 10 years. It's about the
Thoughts and
episodic
prayers.
categories, which I didn't know was a thing until Scott Renshaw, the City Weekly A&E editor, told me about it. So I looked it up, and episodic just means TV. They don't
Hmm.
dare call it TV at Sundance because that would be beneath them. So they call it episodic.
So
Yeah,
what I'm hearing, what I'm just hearing is thoughts and prayers. So
yeah.
that's all I'm
Uh,
offering. Thoughts and prayers.
Barack Obama's favorite movies of 2024. See if you recognize any of these.
Okay.
All We Imagine as Light, Nope.
Huh. Okay.
Conclave. I think we've heard of that.
I've heard it. I can't remember where.
The Piano Lesson, which I believe was on Apple TV Plus. So damn it,
Uh-huh.
he did watch TV. The
Okay.
Promised Land. Didn't see it.
Nope.
The Seed of the Sacred Fig. Sugar Cane. A Complete Unknown, which is the Bob Dylan biopic with Timothy Chalamet, which I don't even think is out yet. Is it?
No, it hasn't. So,
So he's
because
already
he
got to
was
see it.
well, it's the same case with previous presidents. You kind of have a certain poll, so you could see the films before they get shown to us mere mortals.
Yeah, so here's the two I've actually heard of: Dune Part Two, which sucked, and Anora with Mikey Madison from Better Things.
Okay.
Kind of a racy movie, Barack. I don't know. Does Michelle know
uh,
you watched that movie?
a bigger question: did you watch it with Michelle?
And
Hmm.
yeah, the other weird news I had here is in stop casting Jared Leto news. Jared
What?
Leto has been cast as He-Man's nemesis Skeletor in the
Oh
Masters of the
yeah,
Universe movie. Didn't they already do a Masters of the Universe movie in the 80s or 90s?
yeah, with Dolph Lundgren
Oh, you can't top that. That was a masterpiece.
and Frank Langella as Skeletor. I mean, fuck off!
Yeah.
You can't do this.
No,
You
leave it
can't.
alone.
Just, leave Dolph alone.
We
Leave him
already
alone.
have we already have a perfectly good Masters of the Universe. Do not do
He
this.
he is all leathery now, and he could be made into an ottoman. Don't do this. Anyway, moving along.
Yeah, so there's that, and I want to mention a movie that I watched over the weekend that I have not seen in 40 years.
Oh, what did you see?
I saw it in a theater in West Valley City in 1984. It
Hmm.
is the Ken Russell classic, Crimes of Passion, starring Kathleen Turner and Anthony Perkins.
Oh wow.
Kathleen Turner plays a fashion designer by day and a hooker by night named China Blue. And Anthony Perkins plays this crazy street preacher. Like almost every 80s movie had some sort of street scene with a crazy street preacher. And
Hmm.
it's just this bizarre movie. And, but what I didn't, and it's on, you can watch it on Pluto TV, or you can watch it for free on YouTube. It's out there. Look for it.
Okay.
The soundtrack. I did not remember the soundtrack of this movie. It's fucking insane. It was done by Rick Wakeman of Yes, the keyboardist for Yes,
Really?
on all the classic albums. Yeah, I think this is
So
one of his first soundtrack outings.
okay, because the '80s were kind of lousy
Hmm.
with
Yeah.
rock stars getting into the movie biz.
Oh
I
yeah, Gene
mean,
Simmons.
oh, I mean that's a deep cut right there. But I'm talking like Danny Elfman. That's the obvious one everyone gravitates to with all the Tim Burton movies.
Well, he did
Another,
it. He did it right. This Rick Wakeman soundtrack is fucking insane.
well, okay.
It's
So here's my question.
absolutely insane.
Okay, so we gotta measure this on the appropriate scale. On a scale of 1 to Toto scoring Dune, the good one. I
Ooh.
mean,
It's
so
even weird. Yeah, it's I think Toto stuck to the assignment. Rick Wakeman just went ape shit on it. I don't know how much cocaine he was doing right around that time, but I'm gonna guess all of it.
uh-huh. Well, it was the '80s, so that
Yeah.
answers that
And
question right there.
you might know the Ken Russell movies Altered States. Good one. Tommy.
Okay.
Eh. And
You
the Crimes of Passion is it's kind of a cult classic, and Kathleen Turner is fucking great in it, but it's just so weird. And back when I first moved to Salt Lake in 1984, I lived about a few blocks from the Valley Fair Mall
aha.
because I didn't know West Valley City wasn't Salt Lake City. So I thought, oh, it's all the same. No, it's not.
No.
And so they would do dollar Tuesdays all every week, and so I went to see a lot of damn movies over at that theater, and Crimes of Passion was one of the first ones.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And just to kind of lend a little bit of context, and this is for the younger viewers, Kathleen Turner was stunning back in the day.
ooh
Now,
yeah,
yeah, now, and of course, I'm bringing this up because if you remember that Family Guy episode, All right, Kathleen Turner. Let's see what she. Oh,
Yeah, she had that run with Romancing the Stone and Jewel of the
mm,
Nile. Crimes of Passion was one her agent advised her against, and she said, "I want to get out of this typecasting from Romancing the Stone." And
yeah.
also, one of her funniest roles was The Man with Two Brains with Steve Martin.
Oh,
She
that's
she was
right.
amazing in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah, go check out Crimes of Passion.
yeah, I mean, but and of course, as far as cult classics of the '80s go, granted, it's no Flash Gordon, but what
No.
what
Oh,
really,
there's
and
a
that's
there's a
another one with
there's a
some.
soundtrack.
Oh, and that's where Queen just went full Queen, like
Yeah.
really Queen.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if you want the queeniest Queen,
That was
that is
the
Queen right
the
there.
best part of the movie right there. Yeah.
Flash. Ah,
Oh
let
yeah.
that sink in your brains there, nerds.
And I also found they canceled Sunny at Apple TV Plus with Rashida Jones.
Oh,
Bummer.
yeah. Well, that brings me to another thing I was going to ask you about because I was just reading about this before we started live on air.
Hmm.
Apparently, over at FX, they canceled the old man.
Yeah.
So, did they say the reason why? What bullshit did they give?
I'm guessing not a lot of people watched it. I'd say
Or
a lot of people watched the first season of The Old Man. Then you didn't really hear a whole lot of hype about the second.
And I have another working theory, and I think we've talked about it before, but here's my theory.
All right.
Nobody understood what the fuck Jeff Bridges was saying.
Hey, that's my thing.
Look, I know, because if you listen to the dialogue, look, we have to get this done here, otherwise we are going to doom these Afghan people.
Oh, I think it's about that time.
Oh, that means you better get your genius juice ready. So hit my music.
It's sports at Tommy Milagro. Go team.
From the sports desk of the TV10 podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling. And it has been a busy couple of weeks, if I channel my inner John Oliver. So let's jump right into it. Let's start off with over the weekend, uh, a Red Badge of Courage Wrestling, excuse me, Ring of Honor. We
Mm-hmm.
haven't said that in a while.
Yeah.
They had their pay per view final battle held for the first time in a long time at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City.
New York
And
City.
yeah, and it had quite a few great matches here. Not quite Ring of Honor of old, but it captured some of the magic here. So among the big moments here, Commander, who is a lucha libre star, who's been doing a lot more work in Ring of Honor. He won a survival of the fittest match for the ROH World Television Championship, and he beat out former champion Brian Cage, Willie Mack, Mark Davis, A.R. Fox, and Blake Christian. And you're going, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the point there. Also, in that same show, Athena defeated Billy Starks by pinfall to retain the ROH Women's World Championship, and Matt Cardona challenged the Nueve Chris Jericho for the ROH World Title, but got defeated. And after the match, his cronies Big Bill and Brian Keith started beating up on Cardona until Bandito made his return after being off due to a wrist injury he had to have surgically repaired. He came in as a house of fire and he gave a drop kick, a missile drop kick, and got a concussion as a result of it. So
Oh. Oh. Okay.
hey, nice to see you, Bandito. Guess it's going to be for a hot minute again. But thank you for playing. Anyway, moving along here, let's talk about TNA for a minute. So we talked about this before. Rhino has been a TNA mainstay for the better part of what, couple of decades now.
At least,
And
yeah.
yeah. And now this was reported December 13th. Now, TNA wrestler Rhino has confirmed that his time in a TNA ring is coming to an end. And he announced this via Facebook, which you could read about it at slamwrestling.net. You know, I write for them, by the
Yeah.
way.
That's what I
I
hear.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's not just because I have an MBA or something. Hmm.
No, no, drink
But
up.
exactly. So he said, quote, "Tomorrow's my last day with TNA Wrestling. I am wrestling Ryan Nemeth. It will most likely be the last time ever I will wrestle in a TNA ring. If you can make it to Center Stage in Atlanta, come and be part of this 5-year chapter of my life and our journey. Thank you to all the amazing wrestling fans for your support. I'm not done wrestling, but T and I have parted ways." And this is important because also following that story, other wrestlers have stated they are not signing or going to be with TNA anymore. And they include Jade Chung and her husband, Josh Alexander, a former TNA world title holder, and quite a few other names whose contracts are lapsing, and they've just said, "No, we're not doing this with TNA anymore." Now you're probably going, "Well, that sounds unusual," until you realize way back when in January, Scott Demore uh, was heralded as being the guy to bring TNA back from a near collapse, and he got everything up and running. And then Anthem Sports, the people that run TNA, said, "Thank you very much for doing what you did. Now you can fuck off." And not so many words.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, or as they would say, creative differences. Do it, do it.
Yes.
So, yeah, now Demore has launched his own Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling up in Ontario. You know, our second home, by the way. So who knows? Maybe we could see Rhino up there. Maybe we'll see Josh Alexander up there. Only time will tell. Excuse me a second.
Now, I was just scouring slamwrestling.net and I
Yes.
couldn't find anything on this weekend's AEW Collision, but
Mm-hmm.
it was giving me some real old school ECW vibes because it was at
Yep.
the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York
Mm.
City,
Yeah,
and like the seating is like just goes straight up.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right, and yeah, that is the place where ECW was held. It was also where Monday Night Raw used to be
Okay.
held as well
All
back
right.
in the days, if you remember the '90s.
Okay.
Which, by the way, everybody just did. But while we're on the subject, and that's actually a great segue here. So let's talk about Well, let's start with AEW first. They have rolled out details on their content on as it relates to TNT, TBS, and Max. And again, you could read about this at slamwrestling.net, you know, because I have an MBA.
Yeah.
And anyway, so on a media call earlier this week, Tony Khan mentioned World's End, which will be happening December 28th as the end of an era in AEW programming, and he clarified his statement. So, in a joint press release with Warner Brothers Discovery, or WBD if you're nasty, the promotion stated that the new year will bring substantial changes to the way fans can consume AEW content. So, quote, starting Wednesday, January 1st, 2025, WBD's networks and platforms will remain the exclusive home of AEW Dynamite, so that's Wednesdays on TBS, and AEW Collision, Saturdays on TNT, and will also, for the first time, stream those programs live for Max subscribers in the US. And
So more perilous live TV streaming.
exactly. Now, Tony Khan put emphasis on the simulcast nature. If fans in the U.S. miss out on a live broadcast, all content will be available on Max immediately after the conclusion of said live coverage. And here's
Okay.
the interesting part:
All right.
Max will also hold pay per view distribution. So they're going to collaborate to distribute AEW live pay-per-view events on Max, with all marketing and promotions of those pay-per-view events exclusively centered on Max. So that's going to be distributed right there beginning later in 2025, with additional information and pricing to be shared in the coming months. We'll have more on that as this story develops here,
Okay.
which leads us to WWE. We've talked about this before. They are going to Netflix starting January 6th, and you're probably going, that's a really odd date, which I say, yeah, McMahon's associated with January 6th. Go figure. Anyway,
Purely coincidental.
and also allegedly,
Yep.
that's and also we're just performance artists, Your Honor. Don't put us in the media concentration camps yet.
The media
Um,
gulag.
yeah, we don't want to spend any more time in Richland, Utah than necessary. Moving on.
Nope.
Now WWE has released more information about the network transition to Netflix, and how it will work by region. So, and this was fairly recent, according to how it's going to work United States wise, beginning with the premiere on January 6th. At the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, Monday Night Raw will call Netflix home at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific time. And then SmackDown continues there on the USA Network every Friday night at 8 7 Central in the US. But at the start of 2025, SmackDown will expand to 3 hours, starting with the January 3rd episode from
Hmm.
Phoenix, Arizona.
All right.
And then now NXT also owns Tuesday nights on the CW, so that's not going to change there. And also, quick aside note: fuck you, CW. I don't care about you anymore. I'm salty. Let's see, and then internationally. Now, at the time, it says here WWE fans in most regions around the world can watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and every PLE, it's a premium live event, you nerds,
Yep.
streaming live beginning with the Raw premiere on Netflix January 6th at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Many of the WWE's top Raw moments will be available to watch on Netflix, plus select programming and historic PLEs, and goes on from there. Now, at the time that this story was written at slamwrestling.net, as it relates to the PLEs, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania 41, SummerSlam, all your favorites will continue to stream live on Peacock. But now, if you go to the news and rumors section at Slam Wrestling, there was a bit of an update here. So Netflix announced this here. They said Netflix members in the United States will not be able to watch SmackDown, NXT, and WWE Premium Live events. Members in select countries will be able to watch SmackDown and NXT weekly with their Netflix subscriptions, as well as premium live events like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, with more countries added in 2026 and beyond. Premium live events are also included with your Netflix subscription when available. Episodes will be available to watch immediately after the live stream. If watching live isn't supported on your device, these events are available a few days later for you to watch anytime, like other titles. So we've called. I actually, you didn't call it, but I am calling it. When I said I have some concerns about how they're going to do premium live events,
Yeah.
let me show you Exhibit A, Your Honor. And let me just say, Netflix is, they're no Prime Video. I never thought I'd say those words, but here we are. Because,
Whoa.
hey, yeah, shots fired. And guess why I can say that with confidence? They know how the fuck to handle Thursday night football.
True. Yeah. And
Thursday night football.
yeah, Netflix has a real test coming up on Christmas Day. They got some football to broadcast.
Exactly my point. So if that gets fucked up, if there is heinous fuckery most foul, how the fuck do you think you can handle pro wrestling? Oh yeah, maybe it's the Tennessee Sour Match. Maybe it's the fact that I'm 50 years old and don't give a fuck. Maybe it's the fact that Netflix, you need to get your shit together because otherwise you are going to get some angry pro wrestling fans. And I'm here to tell you right now, January 6th is going to be like a jubilee down in New Orleans. So get your shit together because this was a Milagro manifesto because it's sports.
It's sports, so tell me Milagro, go team.
Can you tell as I approach 50, I'm just getting more surly than ever? Or maybe it's a drink. I'm not sure which. Let's just go with one or
It
the
could be
other.
that Trader Joe's whiskey.
I mean, my God, it is just tasty as all get out here.
All right, I think we can get out of here. I think we've mentioned a lot of shows we would recommend
Hmm.
you've seen. I'm gonna tick off some of my best new shows of 2024 if we didn't do this already. Say Nothing on Hulu about the Irish Republican Army in the early
Oh, wow.
70s, spanning into the 90s.
Mhm.
Of course, well, just canceled. Sunny, Rashida Jones on Apple TV Plus is still there. And
R.I.P.
of course, one we haven't talked much about a Funny Woman on PBS starring Gemma Arterton. It's really, if you can find it, it's a British series. It basically the British Mrs. Maisel, and
Oh,
some of the returning shows like see if there's anything unusual in here. It's pretty much the usual suspects. I even included Yellowstone just because everybody's talking about Yellowstone and
hmm.
Landman. I don't know if I'd put Landman in the best yet, but it is Paramount Plus's biggest premiere like ever.
Yeah,
So
we talked about it before, like at 5
that's
million views.
it's more than that. It's like
Oh, it's
we're
more now.
yeah, it's more now. Yeah, it's definitely stuck in the hearts of Americans everywhere.
It stuck the landing here.
Yeah, yeah. So Landman, that's a good one. And anything you would say, hey, check this one out.
So I'm gonna go with some shows I'm watching that are still on right now as we speak. One is The Agency.
Oh yeah.
That is turning out to be good with Michael Fassbender, Jeffrey Wright, Richard Gere. That is actually turning out to be a good little spy drama. Just if you had trouble getting through the first episode, just power through to the rest. And I promise you, it actually is pretty good. It feels like it could be Taylor Sheridan, except it doesn't have that little bite of wit and
Mm-hmm.
humor to, or dark humor to it.
That's Paramount Plus with Showtime and Dexter, Original
That
Sin. I
that's
almost
my other
forgot.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am loving that one as well, especially just because of Sarah Michelle Gellar. She talks to a young Masutka. Look, nobody wants to go to Titty Tuesdays. Just stop offering that.
The whole Dexter Babies vibe is just quite enjoying it. Young Deb, my
Mhm.
God, she was even worse as a teenager.
You kind of wonder what was she like as a kid. Wonder
Oof.
no more.
Hmm.
And Christian Slater as just a dad trying to guide a young serial killer.
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
Just I mean, you think I think he found his niche as a troubled dad guiding misanthropes.
Hmm.
We saw
Yeah.
it with Mr. Robot. Now we're
That's
seeing it come to fruition in
that's right.
Dexter. Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
Which, by the way, for those of you that slept on Mr. Robot, shame on you. Now this is your chance. I want to say it's on Peacock, but I'm not sure.
Last I
So,
was on Prime Video, but who knows?
oh, okay, yeah. But the other one, I'm also gonna say, the Day of the Jackal. Even though it ended, it was. I'm gonna
That means
say
you can
this.
watch the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, because I know my editor, John Powell, he does entertainment writing. He wasn't crazy about it, but I think the problem was he was taking the episodes week after week after week. Whereas if you
Hmm.
just watch the whole thing, I think everything sort of falls into place a lot faster and quicker. And that is my recommendation. So watch that, especially since it got renewed for a second season. So,
Yeah. Here's the twist with Mr. Robot. It's not available anywhere unless you buy it or
really?
rent it. Yeah.
So what we're also saying is physical media, but
Yeah, if you had your
but
Blu-ray, you'd be fine.
yeah. And also, if you're listening to this as we're recording live on air, maybe hold off on Amazon for a while because a strike. Just
Oh yeah, oh
saying.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, just an FYI for you folks. Don't support consumerism like this. Not for the holidays. Anyway, but I would also say what we do in the shadows
Oh
is
yeah,
also in my tops. And did you
ended.
see the ending?
Of course I did. Yeah, you can see that on Hulu. It was a bittersweet ending.
But it had some nice send-ups, like the usual suspects part.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Yeah.
was just glorious. And I would also say overall, The Bear is the best show to watch. Just not to relax.
No,
Definitely not to relax.
no.
Do not watch this to relax,
Now this
especially what's coming up this coming 4 years.
the third season. I don't remember there being a Christmas episode.
No,
I,
that's
they, they
second
they
season.
they couldn't top that one, so there was no new Christmas episode, which is
Thank
fine.
God.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you're gonna watch the second season over the holidays, seriously, just brace yourself for the Christmas episode. Just
Hmm.
fucking brace yourself.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis just showing up, and well, you'll see. If you have not seen it, you will see.
Yes, and also and I'm gonna call this right now. If you're thinking I don't need to see a therapist, bullshit. You will after that.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
All right, let's get
what
out
else?
of here.
All right. Well, then let's mention to our about our fine sponsors, such as Madame Patarini Gin by our good friends at Ogden's Own Distillery. Mr. Frost is enjoying it with a tonic because he is classy as fuck,
Hmm.
and that's the only way to do it for the holidays. Whereas I'm just slumming it with some Trader Joe's. Not a sponsor, but they got some great drinks here. But you know who else has great drinks? Why, for the holidays, maybe you should try our OG sponsor, Sugar House Distillery. They've been around about as long as we've been doing episodes, literally.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also, I would recommend our good friends at Outlaw Distillery. They got some great bourbon, they got some great rum, especially the spice rum, because
Hmm.
you can't do eggnog sober, you sly little devil.
Yeah.
And of
Fuck
course,
that.
they got vodka as well.
Hmm.
And of course, if you just want beer, because who doesn't like beer?
Beer's
I
good.
like beer. Yeah.
Beer's good food.
Uh, Bohemian Brewery has the best beer ever. Uh, we recommend them wholeheartedly. And of course, if you just need to get some glassware or something to mix up for the holidays, Ivy is open at Boostique in downtown Salt Lake City. And she's got also got non-alcoholic drinks. You're probably going, why? Because there's some that are not there yet, or they're recovering. Don't judge. Don't
Yeah,
be that
yeah,
asshole.
yeah.
And more importantly, we still have for the holiday TV10 podcast,
Oh
which
yeah.
again, for you can do our holiday special, buy one get one free
What?
for only $10
That's crazy.
while supplies last. And oh my God, they are just flying off the shelf as we are talking here.
At Crazy Milagros Import Export Emporium.
I am slashing prices here because I'm crazy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just send us an email, tv10podcast at gmail.com. Your put t-shirt me now subject line, your name, your address, your shirt size, and whether you do Venmo or PayPal. And I swear to God, if you do crypto, I don't care how good it's doing because hey, certain writers cannot live on crypto. I'm
No,
not saying who, but
no.
I'm just saying don't be that person.
Yes.
Don't.
All right.
Anyway, I think that covers everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers, and good night, America.
And it's a happy Festivus, and I've got a lot of grievances for all of you. So,
There's only me and my TV
For real though. Costco has removed the roast roast beef sandwich from its menu, but I ain't tripping. I've been eating roast beef every night since my wife had the kid. Nah, I'm just playing, baby. You know I don't go downtown. Shiz! That's gay as hell.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe